Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and creator behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. So glad you guys are here. If you are not a subscriber yet, please feel free to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted. So then you'll be the first to find out about any giveaways that are going on and new merchandise that's going up in the shop. So it's always exciting. For a shop update, I do still have a few advents available. We are kind of getting close to that deadline if you want to receive it by December 1st. I really can't guarantee whether the shipping services will get it to you if you order it at this point, but I will be so happy to ship it to you, and hopefully it would get to you by December 1st. That way you can open it if you choose to, December 1st through 25th. With me, because that's what I'll be doing, but you can do whatever you'd like. If you want to just get it at some point in December and open it up, or just get it at any point, you are welcome to, and I would so appreciate it. But just a few available, so wanted to put that out there in case you do want one. And again, that is 25 days of yarn. There's 24 days of mini skeins that are 20 grams each, and it's Peruvian Highland wool is the base. And then the 25th day is a 100 gram skein of Peruvian Highland wool. All of these colors are not currently colors that are in my shop. They were dyed up specifically for the Advent calendar, so it's very exciting, and I cannot wait to open it up myself. So speaking of Advents, so I'm actually wearing my Shake It Up shawl, which is the shawl that I made last year with my Advent. That was from a chick that knits, is actually the dyer that made the Advent for this shawl. And it was so much fun to make. It has all this wonderful, it has brioche, there's some lace work, and so fun. So fun. A little bit of everything. There's stockinette, there's garter stitch. It was so much fun to do, and it is not designed specifically for working with an Advent. I think it's designed for 4 or 5 colorways, but you could clearly do this with an Advent. You just have to kind of divide it up. So like each section, this brioche section, I did 3 different sections of 3 different days, actually more than 3 different days, because each brioche is 2 colorways. So for the brioche sections, I actually had to wait 2 days before I could do it. So this actually has quite a bit, 6 days worth of in this brioche section. So it really gives you some great flexibility with this design, and it's excellent for Advents. I'm not getting paid for this. I loved this pattern so much. The designer is Anna. I've heard her last name pronounced Johanna, and I thought it was Johanna. So it's either Anna Joanna or Anna Johanna. I'm not sure what is the correct pronunciation, but I did her pattern this way. So I can show you really quick. I'm kind of cold today because it's pretty darn chilly outside. It is, I think I don't even think it's 50 degrees. It was snowing today, and it's a mess outside, but this is what it looks like. I have a much more involved video of this when I first made it, but it used every single colorway, including day 25, which I did this border in, and I loved this pattern so much. I very rarely will repeat a pattern just because I like to try new ones, and I like the variety. This one, though, has an excellent amount of variety in the pattern itself, and it kept me going so much, the interest between the colors and the pattern itself, that I was able to complete this within, I want to say 32 days. I was able to make this entire shawl, which that, for me, is a feat. I've not done that before. So that is what my shawl is that I have on, is the Shake It Up shawl. So you can find it on Ravelry. I'm sure she has it on a website. She probably has her own website, but she definitely has it on Ravelry. So I wanted to share that with you guys, since I needed it to stay toasty, but this also goes along with Advents. So you could use any Advent calendar for this, but especially the Multifarious Nature Advent calendar. I'm going to do that this year. I've just decided, I am pretty positive that I am going to do the Shake It Up shawl for my Advent, and I'm so excited because I cannot wait to knit these colorways, you guys. I got so creative. I really stepped outside of my box with these, and I'm really excited to see what they look like knit up. I mean, I have an idea, just because of working with certain types of styles of dyed yarn that I've dyed in the past, but these, a lot of them I stepped outside my box with it, so I'm really excited to see how they knit up, especially on a shawl like this where I can do some brioche sections and everything. I really am excited to see how that all turns out. So I'm pretty positive that I'm going to do the Shake It Up shawl. So if you want to do that with me, that would be awesome. And like I said, there are some advent calendars still in the shop, and if you grab one, we can work on it together. Sounds like fun to me. And we can hold each other accountable to make sure that we complete the project, right? So that's something exciting going on in the shop. As far as works in progress, let's do that next. I have my Shawlography by Stephen West. The pattern is by Stephen West. The yarn is all Multifarious Nature yarn, except for the white colorway. That one, can't remember the brand. It was in my stash, but it's just a white, like cream colorway. It's a little bit closer to a lace weight yarn or very light fingering, but the rest is all done in fingering, and they're all Multifarious Nature colorways. So we've got a wonderful toasty, cozy spiced hot cocoa. I love that colorway. It is a tonal brown, so you've got this rich chocolatey brown and like light creamier looking brown colorways. So it really reminds me of a steaming hot cup of like, well, hot cocoa in general, but I really enjoy hot cocoa with like cinnamon and a little bit of like cinnamon, or I think it's cayenne pepper. There's I can't remember. It's like Grandma's hot cocoa. It's at our food store, local food store, and it's like Mexican hot cocoa is what they call it, and it's so good. It has a little spice to it, so spiced hot cocoa, and it's so great because when you get it all frothy, you get that frothiness on the top that's light, and then the darker chocolate colors, and that's what this colorway is. So that's spiced hot cocoa, and just reminds me of coziness of fall and winter. And then we have this one here, this kind of golden yellow colorway that has a little bit of peach in there and a little bit of orange. It's just a slight variegation on that yarn, and it almost reads as like a tonal. It's a very slight variegation, and that is squash. And then I have this one-of-a-kind peach colorway here, which is actually very similar to the base of my teddy colorway, if you like that color. And then, let's see if there's a new one here. Oh, and then Mossy. So Mossy is this wonderfully mossy green. It just reminds me of like the deep sections of forest where you get that moss that's just so beautiful and deep green and just, yeah, mossy. and then let's see here. I think that's all the colorways. Yep, that is all of them. So you can see how this is getting arranged here. I'm gonna make sure I don't drop my stitches. It's getting so big. So I should have warned you it's a spoiler, but there are so many of these that have been finished at this point. I don't think I can say it's a spoiler anymore. I think I'm off the hook with this being a spoiler. I am still on section 2. So I am almost done with section 2. That's this section right here I'm working on is the last portion of section 2. So once I finish that, I will proceed to section 3. And I kind of know, I'm pretty sure where I'm going to be starting at that point, but this just gives you an idea of what it looks like. And I think it's so cool, you guys. And it's going to be so big. I love it. It's going to be like a blanket. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I love big, cozy shawls that you could just drape yourself in. Today I wore this when I had to go to the food store to go shopping, and it was, oh, so cozy. So I really needed something cozy, so that was helpful. But yes, I can't wait. This will be another cozy shawl, and I'm pretty positive I know the shape of it now. I kind of had an idea based off of the start of this, but I think I know how this is going to turn out now, which is, I think I'm gonna like it. I think I'm gonna like it. I definitely it's not going to be a triangle shawl, which I love triangle shawls. I feel like those are my like go-to, and I did add tassels to mine, which I didn't think I was gonna initially do, but I did. So that's a Shake It Up shawl. Shake It Up shawl. This is the Shake It Up shawl. This is the Shawlography by Stephen West. You can definitely get this pattern online if you want to do this. You won't be part of the knit along anymore, but you definitely can still do it. So I'm quite enjoying it. This is just like garter stitch basically with short rows, really relaxing at this point, but the rest all had super fun stitch like patterns and everything that I've not done before. So it was a really fun experience to do that. So I'm excited to continue and see what the future of this shawl brings. So again, that's all Multifarious Nature colorways, and that you can find them in the shop currently. They are in stock. So I did work on another project. I am barely working on any other projects other than the Shawlography because I really need to get that done before December 1st, because I want to work on the next shawl, which will be the Shake It Up shawl with my advent calendar, and I am pretty adamant about starting on December 1st and knitting with the first color on that day. I try really hard to knit with the color of each day for Advent. That was a wonderful practice of just, you starting something, following through on it. There was major patience going on each day, waiting for each color, and once I finished with it, I had to wait until the next day, and the anticipation of what was coming and everything. That was a lot of fun, and I really felt just, I don't know, I felt the Christmas spirit. It felt that was pretty amazing. I don't know. I've done different things for Advent before, and that one was pretty fun and exciting. So I look forward to doing that again. This is okay. So the biscuit socks. I was making them with alpaca forever ago, and then I haven't worked on it in so long, and I actually ripped those out because I tried them on, and they were too small. I put them on and I'm like, okay, they could stretch, because alpaca grows. A lot of yarns will grow when you wear them, but it was so tight that when I put it on, it was like a struggle to get the sock on. Like, I was pulling it so hard. I thought, oh, this is gonna be a nightmare. So I ripped it out, and then I decided I might make that in a different sock pattern. I might make the same sock pattern, but make the larger size. There were two sizes. I made the smaller size. That was my downfall. I should have made the larger size. Oh well. So I actually went into my stash and picked out different yarn. This is yarn that was from a deal that I got, where I bought a lot of yarn, like a lot of yarn, an actual lot of yarn of all different kinds. Most of them were sock yarn, and she had a wonderful stash. I feel so grateful that I was able to get my hands on it because she gave me an excellent deal. This is, I believe it's Cefio is the brand. It's made in Italy. La Lana del Signonero Biela. I don't know. It's 50% wool and 50%, I want to say it's like a nylon basically. And it's a really fun color for fall. It is an like burnt orange color, which I feel like that's awesome. I want to work on colors that are fall and winter oriented right now. So I am doing the biscuit socks over again. I completely started over, of course. And I am doing it on my little itty bitty sock needles that I got my hands on. And there you have it. You can see the little patterning that's forming. It's really cute. It's created by Pearl Stitches. You get these little bumps. It's like, I guess, biscuit. That's the biscuit end of things. But yeah, really cute, really fun. Um, Excited to complete them so I can wear them. I can see the stretch alone is showing me a much better stretch than that last one I made. So I'm hopeful that when I try this on, so I'll probably do the heel flap and start the gusset again like I did the last one. I made it to the foot repeats where you are then growing your foot. I did that with the alpaca, and that's when I tried it on and I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't gonna fit. So I probably will get that far again before I will try this on and then see if it fits. You know, I am hopeful because I did a larger size. It's a different weight of yarn as well. This is a definitely fingering sock weight, where the other one was more of like I'd say a fingering, but it seemed thicker than fingering. So yeah, but I love it. I think it's cute. It's so cute. That little patterning is so cute. And this is just, again, yarn from stash. I literally enjoy going into my stash now and trying to work away at it because I have quite a bit of yarn. I've been so fortunate that between the vintage yarn that I got my hands on and then a bunch of sock yarn. I've got sock yarn behind me here. I have sock yarn on the other bin over there. I have sock yarn all over the place, and it's kind of funny because if you haven't done socks before, I do highly recommend trying socks. They're challenging, but be patient with yourself because the first time around and even the second time can be a little tricky. It's just finicky. I do the magic loop method, and that I find really helpful. I've done double pointed needles before and I did not enjoy that very much. But the magic loop method I enjoy, especially for traveling. I find that works much better for me, at least. And I would say, yeah, so definitely try this. I'd say, I guess it's beginner friendly. It's not an overly complicated pattern. This took me like, say, like maybe 3 or 4 hours of knitting involved in this. Maybe 3, 4 hours of knitting, give or take. It got me to there. So it's not overly complicated, but it's not just stockinette either. But it's just knit and purl stitches. So if you can do that, the more advanced, slips, like the slip knit, and then knit 2 together decreases. I guess those are the more advanced stitches that you'll encounter. But other than that, I think it's really good. The heel flap, I do remember kind of struggling with that the patterning didn't look right. It's supposed to be, I think, like an Eye of Partridge type pattern, and I didn't really get that when I did it. So I guarantee I screwed up that heel flap last time too. So I guess it's kind of good to just start over and go from there. Sometimes it's just better to start over, And I'm liking the way it's going so far. Really liking it. So I'm almost done with the repeats that are going down the length of the leg. This is going to be a longer sock. This will be nice for my little, like, shorty boots, little booties, things of that nature. This will be really good for that, and keep your ankles nice and warm, now that it's getting so cold. In the evening, it's definitely in the 30s, so it's getting, and that's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of you that are in Celsius, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, but we'll get there. Oh yeah, and these are by Isabel Handmade Stories. This is, biscuit socks. And you can find that on Ravelry. Of course, I will include all the links to patterns that I mentioned down below, too, for easy access for you guys. So if you are interested in any of these, if you just click those links, it'll take you to most of them are Ravelry pages. I will warn you, I know some people have issues with Ravelry, but that's what I use, and so that is how I know how to find them. I don't know if they're accessible anywhere else. So yeah, that is that. And so for a life update, I was crafting a bunch this weekend with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. So we made Christmas cards, which I don't have with me. I put them in the other room and I don't really want to go get them at the moment, but I forgot to grab them. But I can show you the wreath that we worked on. We each made a wreath and they all look different because we used different ribbon that we came across. And it's really cool. So I want to show you. I've never made a wreath before, so this was really exciting. I have to be careful because it gets caught on everything and I don't want to ruin my Shake It Up shawl. But this is my ribbon wreath. And I'm so excited because, as I mentioned last week, I wanted to start putting up Christmas decorations because I'm feeling very much in the holiday spirit. And this is the first that I put up, other than I have a little mini Christmas tree actually over here in the corner of the room, because I just really like to see the lights and everything. I don't know, it makes me feel good. So, but I made it. There's three, let's see, yeah, well, I guess 4 different kinds of ribbon in this. There's one like really thick ribbon, like really big, 10-inch wide, and then there's the smaller ones throughout, and it's kind of got this minty green. This part says yeah, merry and bright, and it's sparkly. And then I've got a little owl. He's so cute. And I actually hang this on the inside of our door instead of the outside because I don't want it to get trashed. I just feel like here we get really wicked wind and a lot of snow, and I just don't want it to get trashed. So we will appreciate it from the inside when we go out. And when people come in, they can see it. And then these really pretty flowers that are like felted, but they actually have wire in them so you can bend them, and they're so pretty. They're white and they have glitter on them and they're sparkly. And then there's this little bunch here of logs, and kind of like a Yule log, and then you've got the little pine cones, and that's the little house for the little owl to sit on. He's so cute. So yeah, it's a project I worked on here the other day, and it was so much fun. And made me feel good. So I do recommend, if you want to try something like that, just Google like ribbon wreaths. I'm sure you can find how-to videos if you're a crafter and handy and have a bunch of ribbon. You need a bunch of ribbon, like a bunch. And when I say a bunch, at least 2 of those rolls, use almost the entire roll except for like a couple inches of ribbon. So you really almost need to buy the ribbon for the project. Unfortunately, it's not good for like stash busting if you have an abundance of ribbon, unless they are brand new ribbon and you haven't opened them yet. There you go. You're good. Unlike the rest of us who had to buy it. But that was a lot of fun. So really enjoyed that. And otherwise, not too much going on. Still house hunting a little bit here and there, but market's insane, so yeah, is what it is. I don't know. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and I hope you're creating. What are you up to? How are you doing? Please comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, as always, and any projects you're up to, yeah, comment below. I'd love to hear what's going on in your neck of the woods. Are you in a location where you get snow? Because we have snow. We actually have snow. It's now decided, I think, to switch to rain, but we actually, like, yesterday and this morning woke up to like half an inch or so of snow on the ground, maybe an inch. It doesn't last very long and it just kind of patchy, and then it rained and it kind of went away. But yeah, actually, it's snow. We had little footprints, dog footprints on our deck because our dogs ran out there. And I love that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm quite ready for the snow and winter, but I am ready for the holidays. I do enjoy that. So I'm still not sure what we're doing for the holidays because I need to know if I actually have certain days off from work. I don't know if anybody else deals with that. If you work at a location or company where you may have to work certain days. We have like the main holidays off, like Christmas and things of that nature, but when it comes to like the day following Thanksgiving or the day prior to Christmas, things of that nature, we need coverage, so we kind of figure out a schedule based on that. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. I have no idea. I have no idea where I'm going. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. I look forward to catching up with you soon. Take care.